quietly screams rich. I once did an experiment where I wanted to see how high on the exotic car ladder I could go before they told me I couldn't test drive one anymore. I specifically didn't shave, and my hair was a bit shaggy. I wore generic blue jeans and a plain no-logo polo shirt and a pair of slip-on Vans. I went for a clean, rich kid look. At the time, I was driving a 1991 Toyota MR2, a small, clean sports car that was 14 years old but really well kept. I drove it to a Chevy dealership where I said I wanted to test drive a Corvette. They gave me a long runaround and a hard time, but after handing over my license for photocopying, getting my picture taken, and a credit card, they let me take it for a drive, telling me to be back within a few hours after I got the feel for the car. I drove the Corvette directly to a Porsche dealership where I parked it and asked to drive a 911. We talked for a bit about the car, and after copying my license, they handed me the keys and said to have fun, with no stipulation on time. I took the 911 to a nearby Ferrari dealer and was handed the keys to a Ferrari in minutes. I drove to the Lamborghini dealer down the street. I lived in Miami at the time. These places aren't too far apart, and made a big deal about going from a Ferrari to a Lambo but wanting to keep the Ferrari too, which apparently they didn't like the sound of, and I f***ed up a rule I didn't really know about because I was trying to seem like I wanted a lot of cars and show off. I got too proud and blew it. They noticed the Ferrari had dealer plates and told me to get lost. So I drove to a Rolls dealership nearby instead and drove a 300K Rolls Royce with zero issues, and they had a big buy it or not, we don't care attitude. So I left and returned my Russian dolls of cars and got back to my dinky MR2. Being confident and not saying too much goes a long way.